Alright, in this lab we're looking to do 9C. This is our third iteration of explaining functions. And this time we're going to do things slightly different. So the problem that we're going to be working on is you're going to create a program that prompts the user for their first and last name. Store each of these items into their own variables. So we'll have first name and last name. Then we're going to pass those variables into a function named fun1, and in the function then we'll print out the first name, last name, and then as well as the full name. Let's take a look at the syntax of how this will work. So this one I'm going to do things just a little bit different. So I'm going to start coding under the main program. So we're going to create the code to prompt the user for the first and last name, and then we're going to pass those parameters to the function, which we're going to create up here. So you notice we're indented here, and our first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prompt the user to input their first name. So we save it in a variable called name1. Our next line, I created name2, enter your last name. And then here we're going to call the function, we're calling it myfun1. And I'm going to be passing these particular parameters, name1 and name2. So I'm going to come back over here to create our function. Here we have our definition for our function, so myfun. And then you notice here I'm utilizing fname and lname because I'm passing these particular parameters, and in that particular function they're going to be referred to as lname or fname and then lname. So the next line is going to be our print statement. So our first print statement is going to be formatted up. So the first name is going to be fname. Our next print statement is going to be the last name. And then our final print statement is going to be printing the full name. As you could see, I have fname and lname, which is going to be the full name. And again, I'm passing these variables here into the function name1 and name2. So we created these names, and these are going to be passed around here. So we have name1 for fname, name2 for lname. And later on next week we'll be explaining a little bit more in detail that actually these parameters that we're passing along here, these are going to be local to this particular function. So we'll elaborate on that next week. So let's take a look at how our code is going to execute. So first name, Bart Simpson, and off it goes. So I'll quickly review what's happening with the code behind the scenes. So our main is getting called. We're prompting the user for our first name, our last name, and then this parameter here is being passed, and then it's going to print out first name, last name, and then the full name. And that's it in terms of passing parameters with functions.